Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. Obviously this is from Sitivien, which Sitivien is a brand that I have recently been kind of paying attention to. They've released some interesting stuff, and they reached out to me and said, do you want to take a look at some more? And I said, sure. Now, I can't remember what this stuff is. It was actually a box that had 2 knives in it, but I want to focus on one at a time. So I'm not sure what's in here. It's more than likely very much available and probably not very expensive. I'm going to link it right down below, whatever it is, so you guys can check it out if you want to. It does help my channel when you use those links, but that is entirely up to you. Thanks so much to my patrons for supporting me, and please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. Alrighty, this box is sealed, so let's go ahead and that little cut there. This could be a premium knife or it could be a budget knife. Is it sealed on both sides? Yeah, I guess it is. Okay. So this company has released some pretty amazing work for the money, and generally what happens is we see companies like this releasing things, you know, that, like, while they're lesser known, we see them releasing things at a much more reasonable price in the beginning. I'm hoping their prices stay that way. Okay, we've got a little bit of a larger budget knife, which I gotta admit is something that I have been asking for a while, just because the larger style budget knives seem to be more rare these days. This one is definitely on the larger side. So what the heck is this? Look at that grind. Really bizarre. Definitely a much thicker grind way out at the edge. I mean, I guess you could say that it gives you a little bit more tip strength, right? It's otherwise flat ground. So technically, it's not a tanto. I mean, I guess we call this we call it a compound grind? I'm not really sure. I mean, they're both flat grinds. It's just really, really thick. I don't know that I've ever seen that before. Outside of that, this is a simple liner. Oh, wow, the action. They have that extremely smooth. Yeah, the detent feels nice too. Okay, so we have some burlap micarta, which I'm gonna tell you guys right now is my least favorite type of micarta, but okay. We got D2. I'm gonna guess that this is extremely inexpensive. So real quick, I want to put this in here. After I finished the video, I decided, you know what, I better look at the underside of the other box and make sure that it's not the exact same knife with a different color setup, and sure enough, it actually was. So this was what was in the other box that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. It's the same thing, but with green scales, or an OD green burlap micarta, which I will say I think I like a little bit better. So I guess I just wanted to show you guys this one instead of doing an entirely separate upload on it, which would have been absolutely pointless. But yeah, there you go. So there's a look at the sort of black wash and the OD green. I think that one is a little bit more preferable. Anyways, back to the upload. Just considering one, Sitivien, or Sitivien, however you want to say that, stevia, is manufacturing knives out of China. I don't know if they are their own OEM or they use one of the premier OEMs that we've always seen, right? This is D2 and it is micarta. Given that Sitivien is not, you know, as established as some of the other manufacturers, their prices are probably extremely low. This should be very, very low. The price should be very low. I mean, if I look this up and I see that they want $65 for it, then obviously that's way too high. But I mean, as long as they have the price right on it, it feels pretty good. It's not necessarily, outside of the blade shape, it's not necessarily doing anything that we haven't seen before. Their pocket clip is all right. It's nested into the micarta. It's got a little, you know, we got kind of a runway, and then we got a swoop and a, you know, straightaway there. That's okay, right? Not really much going on with my micarta, just a couple of lines and everything. That's fine. Little lanyard hole. And are we centered? Maybe just a hair off to the left there, but no detent lash. A little bit of side to side, but I wonder if that's because it needs to be tightened up. The action just felt really, like, almost loose. It's full shot, but perhaps it just needs to be tightened. Where is the thing on it? God, there we go. Okay. Is it both sides? Yeah, I'm going to tighten it up on one side. Okay, well, yeah, the centering definitely came back completely. How's the action now? Still falling shut, like still easily falling shut. Hold on. Yeah, okay. How about blade play? We still got a little bit of blade play. So both heads turned and then just completely stopped. No, now this one is turning independently. Okay. So how are we at now? Action is still fall shut. No blade play now. How's the centering? Yeah, okay, we're good. It just needed a little bit of a turn of the pivot there. So it feels like there's something in there that's stopping the other side from turning. So perhaps the pivot is captive, which is nice. I mean, I don't know why they would do a captive pivot and then 2 adjustment heads. So maybe I'm just wrong about that. But 2023, folks, captive pivots. Let's do captive pivots. Come on now, 2023, holy moly. Also, speaking of things we should be doing in 2023, especially with liner locks that are right-handed, but easily able to be manipulated with the left hand, we need pocket clip mounting positions for left-handed people. Come on, right? These are budget knives, right? Overall, the look is pretty good, and honestly, the ergonomics are really good too. The fit and finish is also very good, which is it's extremely reminiscent of lots of the other, brands that are kind of leading the way right now. So makes me think there's like 2 or 3 primary OEMs that are doing everybody. And Sitivien is, one of many like Amazon micro brands, which is okay. That's not a big deal, right? I mean, if somebody's going to stand out, then somebody's going to stand out. But this particular knife is kind of just the next kind of budget knife, right? Weight on this guy is pretty heavy, 5.29 ounces. Let's go ahead and measure the overall length. We're coming in at, it's about 8 1/8. Is it? Yeah, 8 1/8. 3.5 inch blade, 3.5 inches of cutting edge. Couple of size comparisons real quick. Ontario Rat Model 1, very nearly the same size. Rat 2. How about we do the old Demco 80 20.5? There we go. Pair 3, should we? I think the knife that it makes me think of the most is the good old Griptilian / Ritter Hogue. It really is, it's obviously a totally different blade and handle profile, but the ergonomic lines are similar. The blade height is similar. The handle height is similar. It's just not contoured. If one of these companies starts doing like contoured G10 scales, I mean, like look at how Hogue does this, right? Can you imagine these scales on a budget D2 knife, for sub 50? That would be really, really cool. And I know that these Chinese companies can do it. We've seen evidence of it in some of the more expensive stuff, but I think somebody needs to take a crack at something like this on a less expensive knife. I think that would be really cool. But anyways, they have this listed as the ST133, which you guys know how much I love numbers and letters. That's my favorite way to identify knives. It makes it really easy after you've uploaded 3,000 times. He sure says that a lot. He sure reminds us a lot that he's uploaded 3,000 times. Yeah, I guess I do. Okay, that's going to be pretty much it today. I'll have this knife linked down below. You guys will eventually see a review of this. There's not really much going on here. There's not anything ultra complicated, so it might be one that I put off for a bit, but you'll see it. If you want to check it out, it's linked down there. Thanks so much to Sitivien for sending this in. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do of course have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.